May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. Today is Monday, April 17th. QuantBox is your global macroeconomic Quant-in-a-Box. It's a fundamental tool that gives you a fundamental bias. The 1 week trial is just $7.90. We use this tool every single day. We go into our score chart summary. We take a look at what our fundamental bias is based on a score that's made of a number of different scores. As you can see here, the number of different categories. If we take a look at the specific pairs over here, for example, let's look at USD ZAR. So USD ZAR, you can see come up with a 7, okay, and pretty green across the board, actually. So taking a look over here in cross currencies for USD ZAR, you can see a bias of strong buy, okay, broken down across a number of different things. Seasonality, first of all, okay, so you can see here, April tends to go down, the USD ZAR. However, very strong buy at the moment with regards to our score chart summary. Taking a look at fundamentals, you can see you've got a whole fundamental breakdown over here. A sentiment, which is basically COT data and retail sentiment, and upcoming news. Very, very nice tool. Taking a look at the score chart summary over here, what we normally do is take a look at this and say basically what's our score and can we marry that with technicals. So looking at USD ZAR right now is a strong buy. Let's go and jump into USD ZAR quickly. So I don't know, like last week, the week before last, we spoke about USD ZAR over here, buying over here. Okay, now you can see that price coming back up to the top of this range. I was concerned about this, and now we're currently coming down, right? So look at this range. Look at this nasty, nasty, nasty range in the daily time frame. Here's what I want to do with this. This is what I want to do. I'm going to take this and go like this. Okay, and as long as it's sideways, I'm going to leave it alone. Basically, okay, there was a nice little scalp from there to there. You would have got out at the profit taking zone, okay, and you can see now price coming down. Sitting at weekly M2 this week, is there an opportunity to buy? Can you buy down here at the weekly M2? Well, what you can do is, if you see that as support, you could look to your M15 time frame, the H1 time frame, look for a higher high, higher low, okay. But I mean, ultimately, like, that's your price action. I don't like that, eh? Not a massive fan. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, let's look at Euro Yen. Now, your Yen pairs, interesting enough, while they've got buys as a bias, all of them have got some bearish seasonality coming up in April. Okay, you can see here. Okay, so you can decide to do either. You can either decide to go in the direction of the overall bias, or you can go in the direction of seasonality. So taking a look at the Yen pairs quickly, let's take a look. Aussie Yen. Now, we spoke about Aussie Yen last week, sitting at the top of this range over here. You can see we were looking for price to break support and support to become resistance. That has not happened yet. So therefore, you have not sold Aussie Yen. You currently are at a weekly M3, okay? The problem is you've got no lower low, lower high, okay? And we said that you could look for that lower low, lower high on an H1 time frame or an M15 time frame. Currently sideways, okay? So you can see there, still consolidating inside there. And if you look at the M15 time frame, you'll see that you haven't had any lower lows, lower highs outside of that range. Okay. So I'm definitely not buying this high at the top of the range. Okay. In terms of selling, you can't sell no lower low, lower high. Okay. Nasty business. Let's look at CAD Yen. You see CAD Yen, I put into a range as well. And you can see it's still stuck inside that range. We spoke about the support last week, saying be careful, price hasn't broken support. Even though price was at the profit-taking zone and a monthly M3, you can see here, price still holding that support, 21 above the 55. And let's just change this time frame quickly. The remainder of your, the remainder of your moving averages there. So this support over here holding. And price continuing up. What's interesting to pay attention to right now is the fact that price breaks out of this range over here, and that becomes support over there, making this entire thing bullish currently. But you are coming up to the top of the range. So you are paying attention to price at the top of this range. However, presently, still bullish. Okay. You can't buy up here. You're waiting for opportunity to sell. Euro Yen. same thing. You can see here, support still holding. Okay, support held down here. Price breaking out. Support holding over here. Okay. And now you got support over here. So all you're looking for is price to break support, support to become resistance. Okay. In the meantime, you got resistance up here, coming up to the top of your range. Still bullish though. Okay. Looking at pound yen. You can see here, still bullish. And you can see I've marked all these levels of support off in terms of areas that need to break and become resistance for us to become bearish. And that hasn't happened yet. So all the yen pairs are still technically bullish. Kiwi yen, you can see, look at this mess. You can see here, support still, at no point have we broken, you can see we broke support over here, but it never became resistance. Okay. Pricing came down to the support over here, and you can see it's sitting at the support left-hand side. So I'm not a fan of buying because of how high we are. Can't sell because it's not bearish. Currently sideways. Okay, cool. Let's take a look at our dollar pairs. So dollar pairs, we've got euro dollar coming through neutral, pound dollar coming through neutral, USD CAD coming through neutral, Aussie USD coming through sell, and Kiwi dollar coming through with a sell, neutral. So Aussie USD, the only currency pair in the dollar pairs that's has a bias besides neutral. You can see there, excuse me, last week we spoke about price selling over here, right? And the potential to get out down here. You can see price came all the way back up again. On the 13th, back up to this resistance. Okay. Playing games. What's interesting is that price breaks out of this range does not become resistance. Taking at M15, you can see there was definitely an opportunity to sell over here. Price breaking this resistance though, but definitely a 21 EMA being below the 55 EMA and price going down. If you are trading this, you're playing the range. You're looking for price to come all the way down to the bottom of the range. What you are concerned about though is that price is now closing at support. I don't like these charts at the moment here. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like any of them. To be absolutely honest with you, there is no volatility. Price is bouncing around inside ranges all over the place. Let's take a look and see if there's anything that we actually can trade. So the dollar pair is neutral. Yen pair is still bullish. How about the Swissies? Okay, Swissies, if we look at our bias on QuantBox. Euro Swissy, neutral. Pound Swissy, neutral. Aussie Swissy, neutral. Kiwi Swissy, sell. CAD Swissy, sell. So Kiwi Swissy and CAD Swissy sells. Let's take a look at Kiwi Swissy. You can see that we can't sell this down here. We did last week speak about price putting back to 21 EMA. You can see price at a profit-taking zone right now. So you can't sell there. Then CAD Swissy. Bottom of the range. Yeah, my friends, I don't like charts at the moment here. Let's have a look and see how things progress. Of course, what you can do is you can sort of find out what is causing everything. Why is the market so neutral? Obviously, there's data that's coming out. The market's waiting for data. You can take a look at your economic news over here on the calendar. You can see here's a spread of everything that's coming through. We can choose our date. Have a look inside. Let's see what date alone. Okay. I'll chat to the guys about that. I'll chat to the guys about that. But ultimately, everything's sideways, and not a massive fan of these technicals at the moment. I'm going to stay and wait. I'll be patient. I suggest you do too. What you're looking for, friends, is you're looking for an indication of trend somewhere. Okay. And we're not seeing anything like that right now. So my suggestion is be patient, stay disciplined, and stay liquid. Let's see what today brings, and I'll be with you guys tomorrow. Cheers.